Hi everyone, my name is Nimai Godai. Today we are going to talk about GPCR signaling pathway. GPCR refers to the G protein coupled receptor. This receptor is a serpentine receptor because it crosses the plasma membrane 7 times. As you can see here, I have drawn a plasma membrane disc, and this receptor GPCR is passing through the plasma membrane 7 times, and hence it is called as serpentine receptor or 7 transmembrane receptor. So GPCR is linked to the G protein. G protein is a trimeric protein consisting of alpha, gamma and beta. Okay, and this G protein is bound to the plasma membrane like this through a polypeptide chain. This G protein is bound to the GDP or GTP. When it is bound to GDP, it is inactive. As soon as the ligand molecule binds to the GPCR, the GPCR gets activated and it acts like a guanine nucleotide exchange factor. It means that it replaces the GDP into GTP, and hence the G protein gets activated. Okay, now the alpha subunit and the gamma beta subunit get get separated from each other after the activation of G protein. Okay, these three subunits are part of G protein. So after activation, they get separated and move apart from each other and activate other proteins. So here I am talking about alpha subunit of the G protein. Okay. After activation, it activates the enzyme adenylate cyclase, which is an integral protein. Okay, this enzyme converts the ATP into cyclic AMP. Okay, and this cyclic AMP act as a secondary messenger because the first messenger is the ligand itself, and the second messenger is cyclic AMP because it carries out the information to the downstream protein molecules. So cyclic AMP activate other proteins like protein kinase A. Protein kinase A consists of 4 subunits, 2 regulatory subunit and 2 catalytic subunit. So this is called as protein kinase A. Now, as the regulatory subunit is bound to catalytic subunit, it is inactive. But as soon as cyclic AMP is formed, this cyclic AMP binds to the regulatory subunit like this. Each regulatory subunit binds to two cyclic AMP, two molecules of cyclic AMP. Now the catalytic subunit becomes free. So now it is in active form. Okay, this protein kinase or catalytic subunit enters the nucleus. I am drawing a nucleus. Okay, as you know, nucleus is a double membrane bound structure. So it enters the nucleus and it phosphorylates a transcription factor which is CRAB. Okay, so CRAB gets phosphorylation. Okay, after phosphorylation, it binds to the promoter region of the DNA. Okay, so since CRAB is a transcription factor, it generates the required messenger RNA and After that, the protein is synthesized inside the cell. In this way, the GPCR signaling works. So, I am going to recap it again. So, here the ligand molecule, first the ligand molecule, wait, I am changing the ink color. So the ligand molecule bind to the GPCR, okay, and this GPCR gets activated, act like a guanine nucleotide exchange factor. It activates the G protein because the GTP gets bound to the G protein and G protein gets activated. The alpha subunit and gamma beta subunit get separated and activate other proteins. Alpha subunit of G protein activates the adenylate cyclase. Now this adenylate cyclase converts the ATP into cyclic AMP, which acts as a second messenger. Cyclic AMP activates the downstream protein molecule like protein kinase A, which consists of two regulatory subunit and two catalytic subunit. As soon as cyclic AMP binds to the regulatory subunit of protein kinase, the catalytic subunit becomes free and catalytic subunit is now active and enters the nucleus and phosphodilates Crab protein, which is a transcription factor. It binds to the promoter region of DNA and generates the required messenger RNA, and it forms the protein of interest. In this way, the GPCR signaling pathway works. I hope you understood this pathway. Now, the question is which ligand molecules act through GPCR signaling? So, this is your homework question, and tell me in the comment section which all ligand molecules act through GPCR signaling pathway. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Bye bye.